Assalamualaikum et bonjour. Today, we are going to learn les adjectifs qualificatifs. Well, in English, it is known as qualitative adjective. So, let's look at what are les adjectifs qualificatifs in French. Let's get started. Now, the first thing is we need to know what is an adjective. Okay, what is an adjective? Now, adjective is a word that modifies a noun by describing the noun in some ways. Okay, shape, color, and size. For example, in English, you have big house. Big is an adjective describing the house, which is a noun. Okay, now let's look at the next slide. You have here adjective in French has to agree, okay, which means in French the adjective has to have an agreement with two things. The first one is the gender of the noun, masculine noun or feminine noun. The second is the number. It can be singular noun or plural noun. Now, basically, it's very simple. Okay, let me show you. In French, the adjective can be masculine singular. It can also be in feminine singular form. It can be in masculine plural form and feminine plural form. There are 4 forms here, alright? 4 forms of adjectives in French. Now, let's look at the next slide to understand better. Now again, the adjective in French has to agree with 2 things. The first one, the gender. The second one is the number. The gender in French can be masculine noun or feminine noun. Okay, alright. Now the number can be singular or plural. So adjective has to follow this, okay? Has to agree with this too. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Okay, now you have here is written base form. The base form of the regular adjective for French is in masculine form. Masculine, singular form. That will be the base form. Then later on, you add some endings to it. Okay, when you add some endings to the base form of the adjective in French, when you add the endings to the masculine form, it becomes, well, first it becomes feminine adjective singular when you add E. So when you add E to the base form of masculine form here, it becomes feminine singular. When you add the letter S to the masculine form singular, it becomes masculine plural. And when you add the letter ES, it becomes feminine plural. So now it all depends on the ending of the words. But this is only general rules, okay? It's only applicable most of the time, but not all the time, okay? Most of the time, because in French, there are always exceptions. Okay, now, if you don't understand what I'm trying to explain here, let's look at the chart here. Okay, right. Now, you have the masculine singular, the base form of the adjective. Then, when you might want to change it to singular, feminine singular, you add E to this base form. Then later, when you add S, it becomes masculine but plural. But when you add the letter ES, it becomes feminine and plural. Okay, let's choose an example here. One adjective to show you, okay? Let me show you here. Okay, now you have the adjective petit. Petit here means small. Okay, so petit here is the masculine singular form. It's the base form. So now when I add the letter E, it becomes what? Feminine singular. But when I add the letter S, it becomes what? It is still masculine, but it is now in plural form. And finally, when I add the letter ES, it becomes, well, feminine and plural. Okay, so you have here petit, petite, petit, petite. Okay, listen carefully. The S here is silent. So you only hear two sounds. Again, I repeat. Petit, petite. Petit, petite. Okay, two sounds. Okay, now let's move to the next one. Well, in French, for adjective qualificative, there are few variations. Okay, now let's look at the first one, the first variation. Okay, now in this table, we are going to focus only feminine and masculine form in singular. Okay, only masculine singular and feminine singular form of adjectives. Okay, not plural. Only feminine. So means no S. Okay. All right. Now, no letter S. Okay. Now you have here les adjectifs qualificatifs. You have in masculin et féminin, masculine form and feminine form. Now, this is the base form. You have petit here. So what do you do to make it feminine? You add the letter E. So it becomes feminine. So you have petit, petite, grand, grande, intelligent, intelligente. So you add E to make it feminine singular. Petit here means small, grand here means big and tall, and intelligent here means intelligent. So now I'm going to read the examples of the sentences here. You have it here. Now, mon frère est petit, mais ma sœur est grande. Mais here means but, tetapi. Okay, now, il est intelligent et elle est aussi intelligente. Now, it means he is intelligent and she is also intelligent. A here means and, then OC here means also. So here, my brother is small but my sister is big. He is intelligent and she is also intelligent. Now, please look carefully at how we use the adjective. Now, mon frère is a male form, so you use this kind of petit. But my sister, she's a lady, so you use grande with the letter E. Can you see that? Now, let's look at the second one. You have intelligent. Now, you use this intelligent because you are talking about he. Okay? But you use this intelligent with the E because you are talking about she. Okay? That will be the first variation of adjective qualificative. Okay? Qualitative adjective. Now, let's look at the second variation. Alright, now you have the word gentil here. The L is silent, gentil. So you have mignon. Okay, mignon, like adding a G, a letter G, and gros, the S is silent. Now, I repeat that again. Gentil, mignon, gros. Okay, in this masculine column. Now, before that, this variation, you have to make it the consonant double. You have to write the consonant twice at the end for the feminine form and add the letter E. Okay, now let's look at this. You have gentil here, kind for male, when describing a boy or a man, but when describing a woman or a lady, you use gentil. But what you need to do, you have to add double, make it double. The consonant you have to be double. 2, and then you add the letter E. It becomes gentil. You add double L and E. Gentil. Okay. Now, mignon here is cute. So, in order for you to describe she is cute, you have to add double N because it's one letter N. So, you have to add double N and then E to make it feminine. So, you want to say she is cute. Elle est mignonne. Stress at the letter N. The sound at the letter N. Okay, now lastly, gros. Gros here means fat or big. Now, then when you want to make it in feminine singular, you have to write the letter S, consonant S double. Then you have to add E. It becomes grosse. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the pronunciation again. So you have gentil, gentil. Okay, mignon, mignonne, gros, grosse. Now let's look at the example of sentences here. You have mon cousin est gentil. My male cousin is kind. Et ma cousine est gentille. Okay? My male cousin is kind and my female cousin is kind. Alright, now let's look at the second example. You have here, il est mignon et elle est mignonne. He is cute and she is cute. Now notice the difference for female singular. When describing a female, when describing a lady with the adjective, it has to agree with the subject. Okay, so if it's a girl, the adjective also has to be female form. If it's a man, the adjective has to be in male form. Alright, now let's move to the next variation. Now, the next variation of adjective qualificatif, it changed completely. Means that when the male is something, the female, example, we take example this adjective, beau. Beau means handsome. When you want to describe a lady is beautiful, you change completely the spelling. It becomes belle. You see? This is the third variation. It completely changed. It doesn't stay the same at all. Okay? So, beau, it becomes belle. Vieux becomes vieille. Sportif becomes sportive. Alright? Now again, beau here means handsome, belle beautiful, vieux means old for man, vieille here means old for a lady, sportif here means very sporty, and sportif here means, for female person, yeah? I'm describing a female person. Alright, now let's look at the examples given here. Okay, when the adjective in female form change completely from the male form. Now you have here, mon père est beau et ma mère est belle. My father is handsome and my mother is beautiful. Now the next one, mon grand-père est vieux et ma grand-mère est vieille. Okay, my grandfather is old and my grandmother is old. Okay, so this variation is the female form changed completely from the male form. Right, now let's look at the last variation. The last variation is male and female stay the same. Male and female form stay the same, means that male and female use the same adjective. For example, here you have mince, sympathique, jeune. Mince, sympathique et jeune. Mince here means slim, sympathique here means kind, and jeune here means young. So, pas de changement means that no change at all, it stays the same. You have mince, sympathique et jeune. So now let's look at example here. You have ma sœur est mince, mon frère est mince. Nampak? Can you see that? Mon oncle est sympathique et ma tante est sympathique. My sister is slim and my brother is slim. My uncle is kind and my auntie is kind. So, slim is used for both sister and brother, and sympathetic here is used for both uncle and auntie. Well, I hope you remember the 4 variations of adjective qualificatif that we have learned today, and you remember the 4 forms of adjective qualificatif. Okay, you have masculine singular, feminine singular, masculine plural, and feminine plural. And remember, the adjective has to agree with 2 things. The first one is with the gender, masculine or feminine, and second, it has to agree with the number, either plural or singular. Well, with that, I would say bon courage, bonne continuation et merci beaucoup. Au revoir.